One of my favorite pastimes was playing Game Boy. Just at home, in breaks, on trips, and anything like that. And recently, one of the games that I was surprised I didn't actually still own was Pokemon Pinball. Little Pokemon pinball game that came out for the Game Boy Color. Needed a AAA battery to work with the Rumble feature, but otherwise, it was a really cool game. The other neat thing about it is that it had sound. This Game Boy, however, does not, sadly. There should be nice music playing here, which now all you hear is just a little minuscule whine, which is what we're actually going to be taking care of today. The whole goal of today is to see if I can successfully replace a Game Boy Color speaker. And so in order to do that, I got my little screwdriver kit, and then from Retro Modding, I picked up this brand new replacement speaker, which I'm going to hope that, being that it's just two cables, I don't have any chance of ruining anything, which I really don't think that I will. I've replaced some of the batteries in some of the video game cartridges that I have for NES, Super Nintendo, and even the Nintendo 64, as well as even Game Boy games, so I'm pretty sure I can manage to solder two cables. But first off, we've got to get this Game Boy apart, so why don't we just do that. So these systems use a little tri-wing screw, so that's what I'm going to use here. There's 6 of them total. Four visible on the outside, and then 2 inside the battery compartment. And this actually is a Game Boy that I bought for myself way back when it first came out. Oh my god, I was so very happy to have this one. I fell in love instantly with the yellow and blue. I thought that they made a great combination. I'm just going to put that off to the side now. And I, of course, really liked the Pokemon aesthetic. Having been a big fan of red and blue. So now we actually just need a regular Phillips. And inside here we have 1, 2, 3 screws to remove. We got a smaller Phillips. Forgot I've been using the other one for some computer work recently. I can't believe I've had this thing since 1998. I think it's old enough to drink, plus a year. Alright, so now what we can do is can release the ribbon cable here. Not unlock it completely. There we go. So that way we can leave this alone as well, because all we really want is this bit. And specifically even then, just this part right here. So, you can see this. I think this is like a little reverberation cover for it. It's just completely gone, and it's kind of rusted out on the inside there. So more than likely, that's going to be the cause of the problem. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Easy enough. I'm tempted to trim these wires, but I think I'm actually going to leave them just as is. Mainly because I don't have my wire strippers here. Much as I try and manipulate two things with one hand like a pair of chopsticks. Maybe I should do this with the other hand. Just trying to tin the cables just a tiny, tiny bit. Probably doesn't help that I'm using like the worst fucking soldering iron. Also, it doesn't have these marked with positive or negative. So it looks like we're going to have to do a little bit of testing. Now that I've gotten them through, I'm actually just going to add just a tiny bit . managed to get it in there. I'm hoping that I have it around the right way. I had a little bit of trouble with the negative cable, but we're fine now. I'm actually going to take a little bit of time just to use some isopropyl. Clean up some of the contacts here, especially for the buttons. Clean up a little bit around where I was soldering. And before we can really do anything, we sort of do need to test it. In order to do that, we need batteries. So let's plug in our batteries. Make sure the volume's all the way up, and then there we go. Let's put it in the game. All right, we got we got volume control and everything. So now we can get this new boy into the actual system. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to remove this little sticky ring. I'm going to stick it down. Put in the ribbon cable. I hope that I didn't mess up any of the button placements. We're going to get in those screws on the inside. Where'd my screwdriver go? Now I know that I probably should have done something about these cables and made them shorter, but in the end, it's not going to matter too terribly much. As I'm going to be able to hide these in here just fine. If I really get worried about it, I will adjust that in the future. There we go. Totally not sexy. And now I know. Now I will forever know, without a shadow of a doubt, that I have been in here and manipulated something in the system. All right, let's get our tri-wing screw back. This is actually the very first time that I've ever done anything quite like this. Which is cool that even like somebody like brand new to any sort of console repairs is perfectly capable of replacing 2 wires. Hopefully. I do wish that the circuit board had laid out which was positive and which was negative. Then again, I probably could have looked that up myself elsewhere on the internet to see before going in completely blind like I just did. But I guess it all worked out. That's sort of my style. Beat your way through it. And who knows, maybe you'll survive. So, system's all put back together now. Volume's all the way up. That sounds great. Supposedly this is an upgrade as well. You know what? I want to put a battery inside this first. Take the game out. Pop off the cover. Because I want to remember how loud this rumble is. Okay, it's actually not as loud as I remember it being. That's kind of funny. I remember it just having like some pretty wild shake, but maybe that was the DS rumble pack. Anyway, this game is great. I am not. I'm trying to play through the viewfinder. Anyway, I sort of got the idea to do this because I've been watching a lot of video game console modding videos on YouTube lately. Like stuff from the Retro Future and other such websites. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I'm very glad I did this. I didn't even know that it needed this. Like I said, I've had this since day one, and I pulled it out because I had recently bought these. I recently bought these on eBay, and I decided that I wanted to play them. So naturally, what I do is I pull out my Game Boy Color in order to do so. Oh my God, I am doing absolutely terribly here. I'm so glad there was a ball saver down there. Oh, it's a Mankey? Yeah, Mankey. So it was quite a surprise to me to see that I actually did require some sort of repair, because I played this and I could barely hear the sound. I took it apart, took a look at the speaker, and found out that it was kind of busted. So I was like, well, what do I do? Found out that I could pick up a new speaker for about $7 or $8, and it was actually supposedly an upgrade too. Like it said this is like a slightly better speaker. Oh my God! Don't let me die. So, it was definitely worth it because I plugged it into my into my regular Game Boy, and the sound was just fine. So I knew it wasn't just the game. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this shows that anybody can sort of fumble their way into repairing a console. If I can do it, you can. Don't take this as any sort of really tutorial. Definitely don't do that. But anyway, let me know what you think. Tell me about how terrible my soldering methods were and how I should have cut those cables. Let me know everything. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye-bye.